Well, in an extreme turn of events that I did not expect, I am now driving the totaled truck home. It's morning, and by morning I mean dark, and by morning I mean cold, and I am headed off to get a new project. So follow along, let's go make a 9-hour round trip drive to go get this thing. All right, we are loaded up and trucking. Like I said, it is dark out. I'm probably not going to film much until it gets light out, because as you can see, you can't. We're in the old blue Ford, the 7.3 Powerstroke. It was actually in the shop getting ready for its heart transplant when this deal came up and I couldn't pass it up. So we pulled her out of the shop, got her hooked to a trailer, and we're heading north. Well, we stopped here just west of Missoula for a little fuel fill up. Didn't really need it, but figured before I head north, I might as well stop at this nice truck stop. Here's the setup we have today. Of course, the 95 F350 with my buddy's 24-foot gooseneck. I've got some spare stuff. I brought an extra tire so I didn't have to dig out the regular spare. Plus, who knows how good that is. Got some tools there. Oh boy, lots of trash back here. Straps, scan tool, you know, just an intercooler. We'll deal with that later. Finish filling up, run in and grab us a little breakfast, and we'll be on the road. We're gonna grab us a little breakfast here. Mission success. We got some breakfast, got to fill up on the coffee, hit the road. They have good breakfast in there too, but I didn't want to waste a bunch of time eating breakfast, so just grabbed a ham and cheese croissant and a bear claw, and we're on the way. This entire bridge or tunnel, its entire purpose is so that game animals can get from one side of the highway to the other without getting hit by a car. Just pulling into Polson, you can see Flathead Lake off to the right up here. If memory serves me correctly, Flathead Lake is the second largest lake in Montana. I'm rambling. That's all right. It's a beautiful day. We got some sun. Made it to Kalispell. Got to run into the Cabela's real quick and see about a pair of sunglasses. And we're picking up my buddy Corey here. All right, we're back. I got Corey with me now. We're heading to go get this turd. We're taking some back roads. Not real sure what happened there, but we'll be there soon, I hope. Send your wife the new edition. This is my new turd. My buddy Duncan, who was in the last video, had this thing parked in Missoula, and somebody came and hit him in the front, and apparently it bent the frame, and now it's got, you know, very minor damage, and she's totaled. When he sent me the picture of it damaged, I instantly called him and said, he said something about it might be in total. I instantly called him and said, if they total that, I'll buy it. So here a couple weeks ago, he called me and said, hey, still want to buy it? I said, heck yeah. So this is a 08 6.4. The engine's only got 23,000 miles on it from Ford. So worst case scenario, I've got a good engine, axles, King Ranch interior. Best case scenario, I'm gonna slap a bumper and a grill on it and see how she does. So according to the body shop, the frame is kind of in the shape of a diamond, but you know, I think she's just a diamond in the rough, if you know what I mean. So Duncan's over there counting his money. doesn't trust me, which, I mean, rightfully so. And we're loaded up and we're gonna head home 4.5 hours. We just had a minor major setback where I forgot to switch the old fuel tank-elators. And you know, we kind of ran out of fuel, and then I had to prime it. I was stuck in the middle of the road for a minute, but hey, we made it. We're gonna go get some lunch, and the old girl, she's riding nice.
When you're pulling out.
Yeah. You can't worry about that time when you accidentally go sideways because there's so gosh dang much ice and your trailer's just probably too heavy for your old turd. But hey, you boys just settle down, all right? Anyway, it is ironic that the nicest truck I've ever owned is also totaled. Gotta figure out exactly what's going on here. See, this fender mount right here is pretty clobbered, and that's pushing the fender back into the door there, so that front door won't open. And then this is the bumper mount, and it's bent the cab mount. But the back side of the cab mount looks alright, it's just the front. The frame itself isn't crinkled or crunkled or whatever you want to call it. So realistically, I think if I pull that forward, get my door back, and there's a lot of oil underneath it, and I don't know what that's about, but can't worry about that kind of thing, I suppose. Well, we're headed home, and it's getting to be kind of sunset time, but it never ceases to amaze me how beautiful this state is. Less than an hour from home, and that's not freaking good. I started feeling a vibration, so I went to pull over and my whole wheel fell off. Thank God it did not hit my body at all, and actually everything's fine other than I'm missing all my lug studs, and obviously those brakes exploded. So I gotta get my tire, it's laying in the middle over there, and then also call AAA and get somebody out here. Following the yellow brick road, aka my tire track. Oh, hey, I'll take that. One bad lug nut. And there's the tire. There's one lug stud broke off in the rim. I think the rim is probably toast. Ah, shoot. I was just on the phone with AAA and my freaking phone died. My other phone's been dead, so I got it charging in there. Good news is, I bought a truck that runs and drives. It's totaled, but it runs and drives. God, what a deal. So far, we've made it this far. I got this pickup off the trailer. I got the grill and bumper out of the back of it, so it's ready to hook up to this. Now I got to unhook this trailer from this, get it hooked up to that. But this is going to be challenging because I mean, that whole hub assembly, I mean, the brakes and everything are destroyed, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to put it in four-wheel drive and just try and crawl it out from underneath that trailer. I don't love the binding on that bed. Like, the whole frame is a little twisted, but probably not a big deal. All right, I got the trailer unhooked, but because the frame is slightly twisted right now because there's no wheel on that side, the bed won't open, tailgate. So raised this up as far as it'll go and jacked it up as far as it'll go, and I'm just freaking praying that I can scoot it over the top of that tailgate. It's really going to be close, but I mean, what else can we do here? There she goes. Well, in an extreme turn of events that I did not expect, I am now driving the totaled truck home. My buddy Brian is behind me with his pickup pulling the trailer. The B&W hitch I never could get flipped over. That's why my buddy Brian had to come, because that ball is just seized up. So I'll have to take some sledgehammering and maybe a little torching, and we'll get her out, and then I'll clean it up real nice so it goes in and out easy. And the rollback is probably 10 minutes ahead of us, 15 maybe, on the interstate headed to the house. So I came pretty prepared. I brought a spare tire, like an extra spare tire. I brought all kinds of tools, like, I mean, a lot of stuff. But I definitely did not foresee my wheel falling off and my brakes breaking into bits and just a massive carnage that it has ensued. So it's pretty discouraging. You know, I guess I mentioned the other day that I haven't had any problems with that pickup other than one time the transmission went out. And then I'm driving along and I felt just a slight vibration. So I shut off the music and heard it, so I slowed down. Started to slow down and was going to get over when I found a good spot, and all of a sudden I just hear whoosh, and I see my wheel go flying past me, and I just see sparks spraying behind me. So, you know, I hit the brakes and stopped as soon as I could. And yeah, well, when you don't have a single lug stud back left, you just you don't have a lot of options at, you know, 10 at night. It was 8 o'clock then. It's probably 11 now, 10:40. But yeah, just an unfortunate deal. But I will say that this totaled pickup drives a million times better than my OBS Ford. Just saying, for being totaled, no hands on the steering wheel. She's just driving. If there's some kind of a silver lining, it's that this thing is now, you know, at least usable for me until I get mine back up and going. Pretty excited to have another little rig that I can run around in that's, you know, not quite so clunky and lunky as the old girl, but rest assured the old girl's not going anywhere. If anything, she's gonna be a whole new girl here soon, including some new driver's side rear brakes and lug studs. Just glad I didn't get hurt, and really glad I didn't get hurt, but also glad that I didn't destroy the side of my pickup when that wheel came off. Well, we're pulling into the house and the tow truck just pulled in right in front of us, so we made up good time. Now we'll see if I can bribe the guy to drop it in the shop instead of just on the ground outside, because, well, geez, if he drops it outside, I don't know how the hell I'm ever gonna get it inside. It's got no freaking wheel. As you can see, it's morning. Got back last night. We're gonna start with the good. The pickup, the new one, made it home beautifully. Drives great. Really excited about that project. But let's run in and check a look at the not so good, which is inside the shop. Got the tow truck driver to back her right in, and then I just used a floor jack there. I set it on this dolly, rolled it back, jacked it up, jack stands. So anyway, looking at it, there's some deep grooving in my hub here, and I'm gonna check my bearings, but I don't think I'm gonna replace that because it's probably expensive. Brakes destroyed. So I need, obviously, basically every brake component for this side of the axle. This wheel is destroyed. Have to get a new wheel. They're not that bad, 170 bucks, I think Dad looked it up. So anyway, all in all, I'm very happy that my body is perfectly fine. Once I got it jacked back up, the twist came out of the frame, and now my tailgate opens. So I already had plans to put the new engine in this thing. Now I have plans to rebuild the rear end and put a new engine in it, but it's all stuff I'm planning to do next week anyway, so we'll get at it. Anyway, for now, I'm gonna sign off. We're going up to the in-laws ranch for the weekend. Next video, we're gonna be hopefully fixing this thing or that thing. I'm not sure yet.